night talk ever. Is everybody ready? Everybody feel their bodies? Everybody ready to do some breathing? All right, please welcome up Victoria Angelhart.
I call myself a pleasure permissionary, and I want to invite you for the next 5 minutes to learn 5 hacks to having more pleasure by actually trying some of them out with me. So first thing, I want you to take a deep breath, feel something that feels good in your body, and make a sound of pleasure. And when this guy comes up, dun, 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 I want you to make a sound that embodies what you see on the screen if the slide changes. This feels like a lot more than 15 seconds break.
We love you, Victoria.
Can we just keep making sound?
Oops.
Yeah?
Sorry. Alexa, you're next, by the way.
Well, in the meantime, since I get an extra couple of seconds, I love combining sex and sound because our whole culture has basically told us that we should be silent because when we were growing up learning to masturbate, we really couldn't make a lot of sound. We were hiding, we were just trying to keep it small. So making sounds, yes, so let's do it again. Make the sound that you yeah, the fireworks. So when we are experiencing embodied intimacy, we really want to connect to what's actually going on inside of ourselves rather than what we are hoping to get to. We want to get to this finish, right? But what if we could actually slow down and feel a lot better for a lot longer along the way? I want to remind you, a lot of you who work in the tech field, you might be stuck in human doing mode, but you're a human being. And when you have sex, remember to be a human being, not to perform or to try to get anywhere, but just to slow down and enjoy being present and being in your body. So let's do it now together. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just go, ah. It's the universal sound of pleasure. One more time. I sense a difference in the room. Can you feel it? Let yourself be a little bit more in your body as you slow down. And I want to invite in that in most people who are teaching about sex, I think they leave out something really important, which is that we're divine. And when we're actually engaging in sex with a partner or sex with ourselves, there's like a God inside of us. And so I want to encourage you to see the beauty and the divinity and the sacred in the person that you are having sex with so that you can create an intention to nourish and care for each other, not just use each other as means to an end. The next hack is to follow what feels good, which might sound really obvious, but how many of you have been in your head in bed before? Yeah, and so you're not actually paying attention to what's going on. But when you start to take away the distractions and the fears and all the worries that you have, you can actually experience what it's like to feel yourself from the inside out rather than thinking about yourself from the top down. So take a second and squeeze your genitals from the inside. Just notice, oh, it's kind of delightful. That's what I mean. We're feeling ourselves from the inside out. And if you don't remember anything from this talk, this is what I want you to take away. I call it the pleasure pulse. This is where we're hacking our arousal. And we are going to do it right now. So close your eyes and just take a hand and put it over your face and just feel what kind of pleasurable touch feels good to you. Is it soft? Is it fast? Is it hard? What kind of pressure? And then slowly take your index finger and run it just lightly over your lips and feel, ooh, it's a little tingly, it's a little juicy. That, my friends, is the difference between pleasure and arousal. And so when we want to hack our sex lives to have even better sex, we want to have our arousal simmering. And we want to keep our pleasure high. And we can do that by changing the way that where we put our attention. So when you focus on what feels good rather than trying to get somewhere or trying to keep something from happening, you can experience way more pleasure. But I know there's some overachievers in the room, and I've just taught you a practice, so now you're going to go back into human doing mode, and you're going to remember to do this in the future. And I just want to name that this is not something to do. This is an orientation. It's a mindfulness practice for you to recognize when you're being with someone, to just really be present with them, to be present in your own body, and to let yourself feel, to really experience the juicy deliciousness that wants to come through you and out of you, making sound, following what feels good, and really feeling connected to your heart. And by the way, this can actually help you to not prematurely ejaculate if you're one of the humans who does that. This is a really fascinating practice that I love to talk about, ejaculatory choice, which is where you get to choose the moment of release instead of it happening unexpectedly. I was going to give a whole talk about this, but I'll save it for later. And if you want to talk about that, I'm happy to talk more. But there is a world in which you can have beautiful, divinely connected sex with yourself and with a partner every single time by just simply slowing down, being present in your body. And what my teacher, Ram Dass, you can see his face kind of in the background there, what he always says is to just be loving awareness. So the next time you have sex, look into your partner's eyes, open your heart, slow down, and really feel connected. You're not a human doing when you have sex. Please remember, you're a human being. Thank you.